Hello everyone, good evening, welcome back to PW NEET English, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to all of you. Hello everyone, good evening, my dear friends. Quickly let me know in the chat box if everything is clearly audible and visible. Hi, hello. Well, I am also punctual here, on time. Muskan, Henry, Manav, hi everyone, good evening, very good evening. Quickly join everyone. Let's start. All right. Yeah, perfect timing. Sir, हमने कुछ नहीं खाया. Please eat and watch this lecture. Today we are going to solve a very important previous year paper, right? And that is RE-NEET 2015. Please note that in today's class we are going to solve RE-NEET 2015 paper. This is going to be very important. This is your RE-NEET exam of 2015, right? There are very less solutions available on YouTube for this. So I thought it will be a really great idea. You guys are going to get an idea what type of RE-NEET exam will come for physics, right? So RE-NEET 2015 was a very nice paper, above moderate difficulty level. So it will serve as a nice paper for our practice. All right. Yes, RE-NEET हुआ था 2015 में. Yes, RE-NEET happened in 2015. Sir, had your dinner? No, not yet. After your class, I'll have my dinner. All right. Quickly join everyone. Be quick. Everyone's ready. Shall we start? Paper difficulty level is, let me tell you, we are going to talk about RE-NEET 2015. This is a very important paper for us and you will get to know about it. Why? First reason is that it was a difficult paper. It has lengthy calculations. And it has got some unique concept questions also. Well, concepts are same, but we can say unique questions. Unique questions. I'm not talking about that all questions are unique, but certainly some of them are new to you, right? So let's solve these questions, my dear friends. Quickly, let's begin. Yes, it is a difficult one. Definitely, it is a difficult paper, right? And we can expect that in RE-NEET 2026, NTA can give a similar type of a paper. So let's begin, my dear friends. Without any delay, let's start. All right. The first question in front of us is actually from modern physics. And in this, they are saying in the spectrum of hydrogen, the ratio of longest wavelength. So certainly the first question is not a unique one. It is a very, we can say, standard type of a problem. They want us to find out the ratio of longest wavelength in Lyman series to longest wavelength in Balmer series. I also start the timer so that you guys can also do it with me. 90 seconds, timer is on. One hint, my dear friends, one hint, I'm going to also explain you the concept. So don't worry about the concepts. If you have got any doubt, I'll help you in this, right? So the concept is, my dear friends, let's suppose you have got two energy state and we want to find out the longest. First, for the Lyman. So Lyman basically means n is equals to 1. Now the longest will correspond to that electron which comes from the which comes from the nearest state. Nearest state. Why? Because if an electron comes from a nearest state, please remember the energy difference will be minimum. If energy difference is minimum, please remember frequency will be minimum. If frequency is minimum, please remember lambda will be maximum. Got it? So everyone should know this. Everyone should know this, that sir, for longest wavelength, we should have minimum energy difference. Minimum energy difference. Sorry, minimum energy difference. Got it? Right? So minimum energy difference for Lyman series will be equals to 2. So if I am going to talk about Lyman series, we are going to write 1 upon lambda 1 is equals to R 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon square of 2. This is square of 1. What is the general formula that I have used? Please note that general formula that I have used over here is 1 upon wavelength is equals to R times 1 upon final state square minus 1 upon initial state square. Something like this. My dear friends, we are going to do it quickly. This is 4. This will become, we are going to multiply 4. We are going to multiply 4. Lambda 1 will become 4 divided by 3R. Lambda 1 will become 4 divided by 3R. Equation number 1. Now when they are talking about, okay, so pole is over, dosto, pole is over. Now they are saying the longest wavelength for Balmer. Balmer basically means when an electron comes to n equals to 2. An electron will come to n equals to 2, and if we want to find out the longest, please remember we have to find out the minimum energy difference. What is minimum energy difference? When electron will come from 3. When electron will come from 3 to 2, we are going to call it as Balmer, and for in Balmer also it's going to be maximum wavelength. Maximum wavelength. So 1 upon lambda 2 will be equals to R 1 upon square of final, that is 4, minus square of initial, that is 9. Hopefully this makes complete sense, my dear friends. 4 and 9 basically means 36. So this will become 9, this will become 4. So lambda 2 will become 36 divided by 5R. 36 divided by 5R. Got it? Please remember I have used that formula, and then they are saying ratio. Ratio means lambda 1 divided by lambda 2. Lambda 1 is 4 divided by 3R multiplied by lambda 2 is 36 divided by 5R. R can be cancelled out. This will become 9. Answer will be simple 5 by 27. If a question is simple, then please try to do it under 30 seconds, under 40 seconds. Increase the difficulty level by yourself by decreasing the time. Got it? Hopefully everything is clear. Quickly let me know in the chat box. Quickly let me know in the chat box, my dear friends. Everything is sorted. This is the first question from RE-NEET exam. RE-NEET exam of 2015. Right? All right. Question 1. Answer is 1. Great, yeah, great, very good. You guys are killing it, for physics. Very good, Neha. Shining Star, what's your name, buddy? Gagan, very good. Ankita, Shri, Praveen, Saharika, Pawn, and I think the last one is Santulan Kharab Hai. Santulan Kharab Hai. Nice name, yeah, nice name. Chalo. Let's move on to the next one. Next question says, this is a nice problem. Huh? See, I was saying that this question contains lots of nice problems. Question says, the energy of electromagnetic waves is of the order of 15 kilo electron volt. 15 kilo electron volt, my dear friends. 15 kilo electron volt. To which part of the spectrum does it belong? Your time starts now. I'm going to give you 60 seconds for this. Let's start. And in the meanwhile, I'll also help you. Don't worry, I'll help you. Whenever they talk about energy, you can actually use the formula energy is equals to, you can use the formula 1240 divided by lambda, and lambda will be in nanometer, right? Lambda will be in nanometer, or you can write it down in 12400, it will become in angstrom. Now it will become in angstrom, and this is in electron volt. This is in electron volt. This is in electron volt, my dear friends. Very, very good. Good, 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 good. So that means lambda will come out to be 12400 divided by, then you have got 15 kilo electron volt, right? So we don't want kilo, so we are going to write 10 to the power minus 3 and answer will come in angstrom. So this is an electron volt and this is an angstrom, right? 12400 and kilo electron volt. Tell me the answer. I'll also check the answer, dosto. I'll also check the answer. I think answer is coming out as around 0.86. This and this is plus. I'm sorry, this is plus. This is around 0.826 angstrom, right? 0.826 angstrom. That means this is going to be X-ray. This is going to be X-ray, my dear friends. Please remember it. Don't do any mistakes, right? Let me tell you why it's going to be an X-ray. Very, very good, everyone. Why it's going to be X-ray? Simply remember this thing. By the way, let me do a small correction over here. In this diagram, obviously, you are going to have red over here and violet over here, somewhere over here. Okay? So don't get confused. Now, what I'm saying is, see the X-rays over here, right? You have got an X-rays over here. That means if it is less than 1 angstrom, if it is less than 1 angstroms, that means we are going to still be under X-rays, right? So this is going to be your answer. Hopefully this is all clear. Quickly write down in the chat box, my dear friends. Be quick, be quick, be quick, be quick. If lambda is less than 100 angstrom, it's going to be an X-ray, right? Because please see, this is your 100 angstrom, right? So if wavelength is less than 100 angstrom, it's going to be an X-ray. Kindly remember it, right? Kindly remember it. Hopefully, no doubt. Moving on to the next one. Hopefully this helps here, hai na? This is going to help you a lot. Moving on to the next one. Again, a very, very nice problem. Very nice problem, and try to solve it using the concept. Question says an electron moves on a straight line along a straight line path xy as shown. The ABCD is a coil. ABCD is a coil adjacent to the path of the electron, right? What will be the direction of current, if any? Let's not focus on this direction, right? You must not focus on this direction. This is nothing. This is nothing. Now let's start. You need 90 seconds for this, okay? And let me tell you, most likely you don't know the actual method to solve this question. Most likely. So you are going to learn something new in this. You are going to learn something new in this, my dear friends. I'll help you. Okay, good. This is really good that you are giving all types of answers. Someone is saying 4, someone is saying C. All right, great. Acha, now let me help you. Let me help you. Everyone remembers that, sir, everyone remembers Biot-Savart's law. Let's suppose current is I, we want to find out the magnetic field at any point. Everyone remembers this, right? Biot-Savart's law was dB can be written as mu naught ideal sine theta divided by r square. Kindly see, this is Biot-Savart's law, but this is for a current carrying conductor. Please see, I am also giving you revision of everything that is needed, okay? Pay attention. This is Biot-Savart's law. Biot-Savart's law, and this is for current carrying conductor, for current carrying wire. Let me just call it as wire. But right now I don't have a current carrying wire. I've got a charge. So let's manipulate this formula. We are going to actually now write, instead of current, my dear friends, let's write mu naught upon 4 pi, fine, we don't want to change this. Instead of current, let's write it as dq by dt. Now at the very start, let me tell you, this is a type of a tricky formula. Tricky, I mean to say that I'm using some tricks to derive the formula. This is not the actual derivation. Okay, we don't need it, but this will work. This will work. Let me tell you what I'm trying to do. So instead of current, I'm going to write down as dq by dt, and then I've got dl, and then I've got sine theta, and then I've got r square. Now I'll club dl and dt together. Please understand what I'm saying. I'll club dl and dt together. So I'll get db. Finally, I'll get, my dear friends, please see, I'll get db is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi, and then I'll get charge. Instead of dq, let me write down as charge. Instead of dl by dt, let me write down as v sine theta divided by r square. So this is a formula that you don't know. Please understand, and instead of dB, I'm now going to write down B. This is the formula for magnetic field due to a moving charge. Magnetic field due to a moving charge. Got it? Please understand this. This is a new formula for you. Magnetic field due to a moving charge. Now see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen. Charge, if we are saying that, sir, okay, this charge is moving in this direction, electron is moving in this direction, that means, my dear friends, we can also consider another diagram. We can also consider another diagram in which we will say that this means that positive charge is moving in this direction, in which we can say that positive charge is actually moving in this direction, right? Kindly see what I'm trying to say. I can say that positive charge is actually moving in this direction. Now when positive charge will move, please understand what's going to happen. Let's suppose we want to find out the magnetic field at this point. We want to find out magnetic field at this point. So when this charge is actually coming, you know what this v sine theta is? I can actually rewrite this thing as q divided by 4 pi, or simply let me tell you, this theta is the angle between r vector and velocity vector. Similar to over here, this angle theta is angle between dl vector and r vector. So now instead of dl, my dear friends, I have written v. So this is angle between v vector and r vector. So this is the angle that I am talking about. So when this charge is coming, my dear friend, this angle is actually changing. So if let's suppose if you are going to talk about an electron, let's talk about an electron, no problem. If you don't want to consider positive charge, I have got no problem. Okay, I have got no problem, my dear friends. Do not worry. Let's take it for electron. See, the simple thing is, if let's suppose current is in this direction, magnetic field would have been in the outward direction. But right now I don't have current in this direction, I've got current in this direction. So that means that magnetic field will be cross. Hopefully everyone is comfortable with this fact. Let me again explain it. Don't worry. I'm saying if let's suppose current was in this direction, and if I'll open my fingers like this, magnetic field would have been outwards to the plane. But right now we are talking about electron. So instead of saying current is in this direction, let's say current is in this direction, right? And magnetic field is inwards. Got it? Now let's talk about the charge, right? Let's talk about electron only so that you don't get confused. So electron is moving in this direction, and now this is the angle theta at any point. This is the angle theta at any point. Kindly see, this is the angle theta at any point. Now as we are moving, as the charge is moving to this point, the theta will actually increase. At this point the theta becomes 90 degree. So when the electron is reaching to the midpoint, the angle is increasing. If the angle is increasing, sine theta is increasing, that means magnetic field is increasing. If magnetic field is increasing, that means magnetic flux is increasing. Please understand, my dear friends, this is a very nice problem, and I am explaining each and everything. From here till here, as the charge is moving, theta is increasing, then sine theta is increasing, then magnetic field is increasing. So induced current will be in opposite direction. Induced current will try to oppose this magnetic field. So induced current will be in somewhat in this direction, right? Induced current will try to try to actually bring opposite direction magnetic field. But now when electron will pass through this point, when electron will pass through this point, this angle will start to decrease. After another half, the angle will start to decrease. So sine theta will decrease, and so magnetic field will decrease. And if magnetic field decreases, then induced current wants to support the magnetic field. That means it will change the direction. The current will reverse the direction as the electron goes past the coil. You are not going to find a solution like this at most places. Okay? All right. So this is very, very important. Please note, mostly you know Biot-Savart's law, but you don't know the magnetic field due to a moving charge. Note it down. All right. Now let's move. It was less. How? Which was less, buddy? Can you please clarify your doubt? Which was less? Which was less? Angle. You are talking about angle. Let me tell you why angle is less. See, right now it is 90 degree. Right? When electron will reach at this point, this is going to be the velocity angle, and it will start to decrease. Right? It will start to decrease. Clear? Done? All right. Can we move on? No more doubt. Very good. D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. All right. No problem. Very good. Very good, Neha. Very good to this person. Hi, Varun. Very good. Tirumala. Very good. Ajay. Chandrakala. Very good. Gagan. Tejaswini. Sahirika. Henry. Lochan. Okay. Very good. Very good, Mohit. Chalo. Let's move on to the next one. This was a nice problem. All right. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Next question is also very important. Let's do it. The cylindrical tube of a spray pump has radius r. So we have got a cylindrical tube. It has got a radius of capital R. It has got a radius of capital R. One end of which has n fine holes. So one end has n fine holes, each of radius small r. Each of radius small r. If the speed of the liquid of the tube is V, all right, I'll start the poll also. I think you can do it. 60 seconds. Speed of the ejection of the liquid through the holes will be. Concept is equation of continuity. Concept is equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. This is the concept. Chalo, let's do it, my dear friends. Be quick. Be really quick. Come on. Equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. It has a radius r at one end which has n fine holes. So equation of continuity says A1 into V1 is equals to A2 into V2. This is volume flow rate, right? Equation of continuity basically says that volume flow rate is constant. Volume flow rate is constant. So initially area is pi into r square, right? Pi into r square, and if the speed of the liquid in the tube is V, if it is V, then area will become, because you have got n holes and each has radius pi into r square multiplied by V1 or multiplied by V dash. We want to find out V dash. We can cancel out this. So V dash will become r square multiplied by V divided by n into r square. This is going to be your final answer. R square into V divided by r square into V divided by n into r square. Is everything fine? Why can't I see answers in the chat box, my dear friends? Be quick. Is there any doubt in this problem? This is an easy question. Third is correct. Whoa. Why n square? Can you please explain? Most of you have said it should be option B. Is it clear now? Is it clear, dosto? It is very easy, my dear friends. You don't have to make a diagram, but still, if you want, I'll make a diagram for you. They are saying something like this. See, they are saying something like this. You have got a tube, and then you have got lots of holes over here. Acha, although it might be also something like this. See, we have got a cylinder. Okay. All right, and this has radius r. This has radius r, and we have got lots of holes over here. We have got lots of holes over here like this. And how many holes? N holes. Right? And what is the radius of each hole? Small r. Easy. Clear? Got it? Nice problem, right? Nice problem. I won't say this is a difficult one, but certainly a new type of a question. Let's move on. Next question, Young's modulus of steel is twice that of brass. Two wires, okay, I'm going to highlight the important things. Young's modulus of steel is twice that of brass, fine. Then you have got two wires of same length and same area. This is very important. One of steel and another of brass are suspended from the same roof. If we want to lower the ends of the wires to be at the same level, then the weights added to the steel and brass must be in the ratio of, your time starts now. I think 60 seconds is sufficient. 60 seconds is sufficient, dost. 60 seconds is sufficient. Let's solve this problem. Not 1:1, buddy. I don't think so. Please think about it again. Please think about it again, dost. It's not going to be 1:1 for sure, right? They are saying from a same ceiling you have got steel and you have got brass. Right, you have got steel and you have got brass, two wires of same length, same. So if let's suppose length is L, area is A, let's say this is steel, this is brass. Young's modulus is Y1, Young's modulus is Y2. Obviously Young's modulus can't be same here, hai na? Young's modulus can't be same. They are saying that suspended Young's modulus of steel. The another information is Young's modulus of steel is double of Young's modulus of brass. Alright. Now they are saying what should be the ratio of weights. So let's suppose we have got W1 over here and you have got W2 over here. Let's suppose this is W1 and this is W2. Right. Now the basic idea is, my dear friends, Young's modulus is equals to force upon area multiplied by change in length upon original length. From here, doston, delta L, I'm sorry, this is change in length. From here, delta L can be written as force divided by area multiplied by change in length divided by Young's modulus. Let's use this. I'm sorry, we actually want to know W, so I really don't care about this delta L. I'll write F equals to Y into A into delta L whole divided by L. This is what I want to use. My dear friends. Quickly write down in the chat box, clear. If everything's clear, quickly write it down, clear. Now let's say this is your force. So W1 divided by W2 will be equals to, now let's see, will be equals to, my dear friends, we are going to write Y1 multiplied by A, area is same, delta L is same, right, divided by L is same, everything is same here, everything is same. And then we are going to write for Y2, W2, so it is going to be Y2, area is A, delta L is same, length is same. So this, everything gets cancels out, isn't it? Everything gets cancels out. That's it. So this is Y1 upon Y2 is nothing but 2:1. So this is going to be your answer. C is going to be your answer. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Not B, not A, the answer is going to be C. Very easy, right? Please remember, they are saying that delta L is also same. They are saying suspended from same roof. If we want to if we want to lower the ends of the wire to the same level, that means let's suppose this is the same level, this is the same level, right? This is the same level. So this is your delta L. So delta L same for brass and same for steel. Everything is same. Clear? So answer for this question is option 3. Whoa, 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 whoa. This was a very, very easy question. Okay, very easy question. Please concentrate. I think everybody can now do it, right? This is what do I mean by force. If you want to know, sir, what do you mean by weight? Weight basically means W1 is equals to mg, right? And let's say this is your F1 force, right? M1g. Got it? So this is W1. F basically means weight. All right, I'm all good, Robin. Thank you so much. How are you, buddy? Sir, make a video on practical physics. Okay, I'll try to make that video. Okay, I know that I have got some videos to make. I will make those videos. Okay, no problem. Moving on to the next one. Next question is not in course, so you don't have to worry about this, right? This is not in our course. Okay, it has been deleted. We all know. Okay, let's move to the next one. Next question. Easy. Easy but new type of a problem. See, RE-NEET 2015 is a very nice paper. A particle is executing a simple harmonic motion. Its maximum acceleration is alpha. All right, sir. All right, great. Its maximum acceleration is alpha and maximum velocity is beta. Then the time period of vibration will be 60 seconds is your time. Let's start. In the meanwhile, I'll explain you. For acceleration, we actually write down as minus omega square x. If I'm going to talk about the magnitude of acceleration, then I'll simply write it as omega square a. I'm explaining everything. V is written as, or V max is written as, similarly, I'll simply write it down. V max is written as a omega, omega times a. And then they are saying the maximum acceleration is alpha, the maximum velocity is beta. So if I'm going to take these as common, if I'm going to take these in ratio, I'm going to get omega square a divided by omega a will be equals to alpha divided by beta. Omega a will get cancelled out and I'll get omega as alpha divided by beta. And if I've got omega, then time period will be simply 2 pi by omega. That means 2 pi divided by, instead of omega, I'll have alpha and beta over here. So 2 pi beta divided by alpha, first is the correct answer. All right, my dear friends, first is the correct answer. First is the correct answer. Let's see. 95.45. Very, very good. Very good. Everyone, very good. Remember the basic formulas, right? You will be able to do it. Let me also tell you another formula for velocity. For general formula for velocity, you can remember it something like this: omega under root of a square minus x square, right? This is the general formula. Do remember it. The graph of velocity and displacement looks like an ellipse. It looks like an ellipse. All right, dosto. Moving on, my dear friends. Great, 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 great. Next question. RE-NEET 2015. If vectors A and B are functions of time like this, then the value of time t for at which they are orthogonal. At which they are orthogonal, 60 seconds is your time. Orthogonal basically means that these are perpendicular to each other. Orthogonal basically means that these are perpendicular. Another word for perpendicular. So no need to worry. Another word for perpendicular. Be quick. Hi Sanjana, okay. Shining star. Your name is Sanjana, good. All right. Be quick, my dear friends. Be quick. Good, good, good. You have to find out the time. You have to find out the time, dosto. Good. Clear? Good, good, good. Do the dot product of these two things and equate it to 0. Why? Because these are perpendicular and dot product of perpendicular vectors is 0. Right? So let's do the dot product, दोस्तों. Cos omega t I cap multiplied by cos omega t divided by 2 I cap. So we'll have cos omega t by 2 and we'll have plus sine omega t by 2 is equals to 0. Kindly note when you are doing dot product, दोस्तों, I dot I is 1, I dot j is 0, so you don't have to multiply these two. Then j dot I is 0, so you don't have to multiply these two. J dot j is 1. That's why simply write cos omega t by 2, got it? And this is equals to 0. My dear friends, please use the identity of cos A minus B. Sorry, cos A minus B. That is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Is it clear? So now if I am going to use this identity, I'll get cos A minus cos B, and this is equals to 0. दोस्तों, omega t minus omega t by 2 is omega t by 2. Wow. So cos omega t by 2 and this is equals to 0. Now everyone knows कि sir, if cos is giving me answer in 0, that means omega t by 2 will be in odd multiple of pi by 2. Please don't simply write it as pi by 2. Remember, it will be odd multiple of pi by 2, but I can see that answer is not that difficult. So then I'll simply say that in that case, omega t by 2 is going to be pi by 2. 2 and 2 gets cancels out. They want me to find out time, and I'll say it will be pi by omega. It will be pi by omega. That's option number 4. Is it clear? Everyone is giving me option number 4. Very, very good. If you guys are going to write down crystal clear, I feel motivated. So please do write it down. I'll also know that everything is clear. Option 4 is absolutely correct. Great here. Great. Very good. Very good. This was a very easy problem. Neha, Parv, Ajay, Dipti, Sanjana, right? Abhishek, Sahiraka, hi Veera, Veeramani, Tejaswini, Meena, Ravi, and Sejal, Varun. We have got lots of students here. Okay, very, very good, everyone. Very, very good. Sorry, I can't call out each name. Let's move to the next one. This is also not in course. You don't have to worry about Doppler effect. Not in course, है ना? But I have still kept it in PPT so that you guys can understand that in NEET 2025 syllabus was relatively bigger, है ना? Relatively bigger. Doppler effect is also being deleted now. Chalo, let's move to the next question. Let's crystal clear. Thank you so much. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Let's start this one. This question says an automobile moves on a road with a speed of 54 km/h. The radius of the wheels is 0.45 meter, right? All right. Then they are saying that moment of inertia of the wheel about its axis is 3 kg/m². If the wheel is brought to rest, from here they are asking something. If the wheel is brought to rest in 15 seconds, the magnitude of average torque transmitted by the brakes on the wheel is, time starts now, 60 seconds. I am going to surely help you guys. If they are talking about torque, do remember torque can be written as moment of inertia multiplied by alpha. I already know what moment of inertia is because they have said that it is 3 kg/m². Everything is an SI unit. I don't have any problem. This means that all I need to know is alpha. All I need to know is alpha, dosto. We need to find out alpha. This is our task. We need to find out alpha, right? Alpha is angular acceleration, by the way. Alpha is angular acceleration, right? Alpha is angular acceleration. Come on, come on, come on. Alpha is angular acceleration, and if they are talking about average torque, that means we can find out average acceleration, and average acceleration formula will be del omega by del t. And let's find out the magnitude, because we know that it's going to be a retarding torque, right? And this basically means this is going to be 0 minus initial angular velocity divided by the time taken. Now, what is the initial angular velocity, sir? How to find that out? My dear friends, angular velocity, initial angular velocity will be initial velocity divided by r. Now, initial velocity is 54 km per hour. I really don't like kilometers per hour, so I'm going to simply write it down. Multiply it by 5 by 15, I'll get my answer is in meter per second. I'll divide it by radius. Radius is 0.45. Hopefully everything is clear. This is your initial angular velocity. Sorted? Clear? Do not write down answers in kilometer per hour. That would be wrong. They are asking answer in SI units, right? They are asking answers in SI unit. So you need to convert it into meter per second. Now everything's clear. 18 times 3 is, I believe, 54. I can write down 3 zeros over here. This will become 9, and this will become initial angular velocity will become 100 divided by 9. Sorry, bache, 100 divided by 3 radian per second. Radian per second. Radian per second. This is your initial angular velocity. And what is final angular velocity? 0, sir, because it is coming at rest. That means alpha will be, at least the magnitude will be simply 100 divided by 3, and the time taken to get to 0 is 15 seconds, right? Is 15 seconds. Let's multiply it, let's divide it by 5. So this will get 25, this will get 3. So you are going to get, no, sorry, 20. My bad. This will be 20. So we'll get 20 divided by 9 radian per second square. Please check the calculation. Hopefully everything is correct. This was 100 divided by 3, time is 15. So 520, 53. I think everything is sorted. So torque will be, finally the average torque will be moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is 3 doston, and this is 20 divided by 9. I believe that this is going to be 3, and this will be around 6.666. 6.66, and unit is going to be kg meter square per second square. Option B is correct. Option B is correct, my dear friends. Quickly see. If you have any doubt, do let me know, else I am moving on. Option B. B for Bombay. Good. Very good. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yash, good. Neha, good. And everybody, everyone, very, very good, my dear friends. Any more doubt? Any more doubt? Clear? Right? Easy problem, but slightly new, right? You might not have seen these types of problems, but concepts are all well under our syllabus. Moving on to the next one. Next question is a nice, I can say moderate to easy problem, but you need to read it carefully. A rectangular coil of length 0.12 meters. So you have got length, and you have got width. I can find out area, and we have also got total number of turns. Is suspended in a vertically uniform magnetic field. I have got magnetic field also. Great. The coil carries a current. Dosto, I have got current also. If the plane of the coil is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the direction of magnetic field. Wow. That means, my dear friends, first let me start the timer. 60 seconds. They are basically saying we need to find out the torque, right? We need to find out the torque in the stable equilibrium. So formula for torque is actually NBA. Sorry, let me write it like this, and you should also remember it like this. Bina sine theta. So angle is given, everything is given. Please find me the answer. Everything is given. Please find me the answer. Quick. Very good. What is the value of angle? Quickly write down in the chat box what is the value of angle. 30 degree. Shall I write it as 30 degree? Torque will be, magnetic field is definitely 0.2. I can see that it is in SI unit. Current is 2 ampere. I can see that it is in SI unit. Number of turns is 50. Fine. Area is length times width. So 0.12 multiplied by 0.1. And then sine, shall I write it as 30 degree? It will be wrong. If you are going to write down as 30 degree, it will be wrong. The correct thing is to write down 60 degree. Kindly read the question again. The question is saying, please read it again. If the plane of the coil is inclined at an angle of 30 degree, that means, let's suppose this is the plane, right? And it is inclined at an angle of 30 degree, right? So let's suppose something like this. This is the magnetic field. This is the magnetic field, and this is plane. This is plane. So this is 30 degree. This is 30 degree. This is plane. Got it? Plane of the coil. Plane of the coil. So area vector of the coil will be something like this. This is going to be the area vector. And this angle will be 60 degree. And you guys are giving me the correct answer, right? Right. You guys are giving me the correct answer even after writing the value of angle as incorrect. So this is your talent. Come on. Got it, my dear friends? Is it clear? Got it? So let's now solve this question. Doston, if you are going to allow me, please see, I actually cancel out this point with this 0. Doston, 2 into 5 is 10, and I can cancel out with this point, right? Now I've got this 2 and I've got this. So that means this will become 0.24 or no problems, no worries. We'll write it as 2, we'll write it as 0.12, and I'll write it as root 3 divided by 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancels out, and I have got 0.12 multiplied by 1.73. So if you are going to multiply, I think option B will be the correct answer. Chalo, let me no, I'm so sorry, option C will be the correct answer. Let me multiply it for you. Into 1.73. Yeah, correct. 0.2076. This is coming out to be 0.2076. But fine, they are giving answer in 0.20, no problem. Hai na? We have also not taken all the values of root 3, so that's absolutely fine. Clear? Got it? Done? This is very important thing to note. Please note this small point. Hai na? This question is very easy, but only point is to remember this. Don't do this mistake again. Alright, dosto? C is the correct answer. Very good. Great. But please, chalo, let's move on to the next one. Next problem. Sir, यहाँ क्या चल रहा है सब? यहाँ physics चल रहा है. We are solving physics. A parallel plate capacitor, a parallel plate air capacitor. Air capacitor basically means that in between of those two plates we have got air. Alright. Okay, no problem. Sir, I put 30 degree. No, that would be wrong here, bachche. That would be wrong. Okay? That would be wrong. Don't put 30 degree. That's going to be 60 degree. Got it, dost? Hai na? Sometimes you might get the correct answer, no worries, but please remember the concept. Everybody is remembering, everybody is able to understand the last question concept na? Quickly write down in the chat box as clear. This question says, dosto, this question says a parallel plate capacitor, C, distance of the separation between is D, potential difference is V, force of attraction between the plates. My dear friends, okay, I'll start the poll first, 60 seconds. And I know one thing that if I've got two plates like this, and I've got, this is positive plate and this is negative plate, and let's say it has got charge Q, then the total force on this plate is actually charge multiplied by electric field by one plate. Electric field by one plate, that is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, right? So sigma can be written as charge upon area, that means this is Q upon 2a epsilon naught. So if let's suppose any student has any doubt in the formula, this is the formula, but I can see options are slightly different. So what we are going to do is, we are going to use this basic formula, isn't it, my dear friends? So this is the basic formula, but let's rewrite it. So instead of charge, we are going to write down CV. Instead of charge, we are going to write down CV. So force will become C square V square divided by 2a epsilon naught. 2a epsilon naught, right? And can I change anything else? Can I change anything else, my dear friends? Yes, sir. You can do one more thing. Capacitance is epsilon naught A by D. So instead of epsilon naught A, you can write down C multiplied by D. So finally our answer will be C square V square divided by 2. Instead of epsilon naught, we can write it down as C multiplied by D. So C V square divided by 2D. C V square divided by 2D. Very, very good. Very, very good. C is the correct answer. Wow, nice. Very nice, everyone. Very nice. Good. You guys are killing it. Nice. So remember this formula. You need to remember it. Please don't try to derive it. Even if you want to derive it, it will hardly take 5 seconds. The important point is over here, in derivation, sometimes students do this mistake. This is only due to one plate. Only due to one plate. Got it? Because please don't say ki nahi sir, electric field is sigma upon epsilon naught. That is electric field in the between. If we are talking about force on this plate, this plate will not apply force on itself. Right? It will not apply force on itself. So we are going to only write down electric field due to another plate. Moving on. Moving on, my dear friends, let's do this question. This is also a nice problem. Nice problem. But we will be able to crack it. Two vessels separately contain two ideal gases A and B at same temperature. At the same temperature. The pressure of A, this is very important, pressure of A being twice of B. दोस्तों, pressure of A is twice of pressure of B. Alright, fine. Under such conditions, the density of A is found to be 1.5 times the density of B. Alright, sir, clear. Density of A is found to be 1.5 times of density of B. The ratio of molecular weight, let's do it. Ratio of molecular weight. I know one thing here, है ना? I know one thing. If we are going to talk about ideal gases with me, I'm going to simply say कि भाई for ideal gas, I know one equation and I'm never going to forget that. PV equals to nRT. I know this basic equation, most basic equation of class 11th and 12th. PV equals to nRT, right? PV equals to nRT. I'm going to tell the answer, bachche. No problem, hai na? I'm going to tell the answer. PV is equals to nRT. But right now, I don't have to deal with number of moles. I don't have to deal with volume. So what I'm going to do is instead of N, I'm going to write down given mass, let's say small m divided by molecular mass times R into T. दोस्तों, further this thing can be written as m divided by v. Please don't say कि sir we know these things, do not derive. I am deriving it for all of the other students, right बच्चे? I am deriving it for all of the other students. This will become density pressure. Sorry, I'll write it somewhere over here. I'll solve it over here. Pressure can be written as density times RT, rho RT divided by molecular mass. Now you can remember it. Okay. Now everyone can remember it. Yes, sir. If somebody is going to ask us about density and pressure and temperature, we are going to quickly use this formula. Now, dosto, simply say P1 upon P2 is equals to rho 1 upon rho 2. R will get cancelled out. है ना? Let me write it down for you. R T divided by M1, R T divided by M2. RT and RT gets cancels out because same temperature, right? Same temperature they are saying, and then they are saying that P1 upon P2. दोस्तों, P1 upon P2 is 2. Rho 1 upon rho 2 is 1.5. So this is 2. This is 3 by 2, that is 1.5, and I am getting M2 upon M1. So M1 upon M2 will be 3 by 4. M1 upon M2 will be 3 by 4. Any more doubts? Be quick. 3 by 4, that is third is the correct answer. Come on, my dear friends, third is the correct answer, dosto. Any more doubt? So lots of students have thought that answer will be B, but I don't think so. I have done any mistake. Kindly check your answer, है ना? Sir, chat में बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. Be quick. Let me know in the chat box, दोस्तों. So all the students who are learning from me, you should take the control of chat, na? That's what you should do, right? If you are learning with me, from me, then you should take the control of the chat. It's your responsibility, bache. Come on, everything's clear na? Crystal clear. Thank you so much. Now I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next one. See, these questions are very, very important. All right, very, very, very important. This was a nice problem. Simply use this formula. Pressure is equals to density rho RT divided by M. Note that this M is of course molecular mass. This is molecular mass. All right. Somebody is saying, sir, इन लोगों की वजह से दो गलत हो गए. Okay, no problem. Now let's do this problem. A satellite S is moving in an elliptical orbit. Okay, fine. So this is, let's suppose this is an elliptical orbit, right? And doston, we know that in this elliptical orbit, we have got two foci, and let's suppose one of the celestial bodies over here and satellite is over here. Satellite is revolving like this. The mass of the satellite is very small to compared of mass of the earth. Okay, this is earth. The acceleration of S satellite is always, we have to find out. Okay, 45 seconds is your time. Be quick. Statement based question. Statements based problem. Be quick, my dear friends. Let me know in the chat box your answer. You have to obviously select the correct option. Statement. Acceleration of satellite is always directed towards S. Well, that's very true. It will be always directed towards S. ठीक है ना? It will be always directed towards S. This is absolutely true. So this statement is true. The angular momentum of satellite about the center of the earth changes in direction. This statement is incorrect. It does not change in direction. It will remain same, but magnitude, both of the things remain same. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. How to find out the direction of angular momentum? Let's say this is velocity. Let's say this is velocity, right? And this is velocity. Let me remove this vector for a moment. Let me use let's say this is r, sorry, let's say this is r vector. So r cross v, r cross v, so it's in upward direction, right? So it will never change. So incorrect is this, right? Incorrect is this. The total mechanical energy, the total mechanical energy of S varies periodically. Absolutely wrong. Total mechanical energy remains constant. Kinetic energy and potential energy will change, but total mechanical energy remains constant. So this statement is also incorrect. The linear momentum of S remains constant in magnitude. This is absolutely wrong, because in linear momentum basically means mv, right? Mass is constant but v varies. So this is not going to be constant. Velocity will change. If satellite is near to earth, it will have large velocity, है ना? So correct answer for this is option A. Option A. Correct statement is first. Oh, you think that angular momentum changes its direction? No, wrong. Angular momentum does not change the direction. Please. All right, clear? Everything is clear, दोस्तों? Quickly write down in the chat box. Done? Can I move on to the next question? Option A is absolutely correct. You should not have a doubt in this, right? Please see. Moving on to the next question. Next question says we have got a diode and it has got an external resistance. EMF is there, barrier potential is there. We have to find out the current. Let's do it in 60 seconds. Be quick. This has a barrier potential of 0.5 volt, right? So this has got a barrier potential of 0.5 volt. 0.5 volt. And I've got 3.5 volt over here, right? And resistance is 100. Okay. That means the net potential will be, the net potential is going to be 3.5. Hopefully you can see the options, huh? I'm not covering anything. 3.5 minus 0.5. That is 3 volt. So current will be net potential divided by 100. Now I believe this doesn't have any resistance, forward resistance, right? Forward resistance is 0. It's an ideal. Okay, they have not said anything. So this will simply be, see how we actually try to convert it. What we do is, this is actually nothing but 3 into 10 to the power minus 2, right? So let's write down one more 0, something like this, and this will become 30 milliampere. Very easy peasy sawal, very easy peasy question, right? No problem. Option B is absolutely correct. Great, very good. Good, my dear friends. Any more doubt? Let me know in the chat box. Yes, Veeramani, it is one of the toughest. I'll tell you why. Don't judge a question paper from 1 or 2 questions, right? It is a tough one, because this is RE-NEET 2015. Let's move on to the next one. Let's solve this question. Calculation based, it's slightly lengthier. Let's start. 60 seconds. Let me read it for you. A remote sensing satellite of Earth revolves in a circular orbit at a height of 0.25 into 10 to the power 6 meter above the surface of the Earth. If Earth's radius is this and g is this, then the orbital speed of the satellite is. Let's start. You have to find out the orbital speed. Remember the basic formula of orbital speed. Orbital speed formula is under root gm by r. Alright, under root gm by r. Come on. under root gm by r. And you know what we are going to do is, they are saying that this satellite is actually at a height of h from the surface, right? H from the surface. So from center, this is small r and this is capital R, right? So small r can be written as capital R plus h, right? So if small r can be written as capital R plus h, I can write down the orbital velocity as under root of gm divided by r plus h. And now dosto, let's take out capital R common. So we'll get gm divided by capital R and I'll be left with 1 plus h upon r. I'll be left with this. One more thing, if you can see, they have given you the value of small g. So let's multiply one more r. Kindly see, let's multiply one more r and let's write down square of r over here. So this gm upon r square will become, hopefully you have got what I have done. So escape velocity, orbital velocity will be under root of small g times r divided by 1 plus h upon r. Now they are saying that what is the orbital speed, right? So we just have to put all the values. So as I have told you, this is going to be a big calculation. So value of g is 9.8. Well, I can actually also take the value as 10 and we'll get to an approximate answer, but let's not do it. So this is going to be 9.8 multiplied by radius of earth is 6.38 into 10 to the power 6 whole divided by 1 plus h is 0.25 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 whole divided by r, that is 6.38 into 10 to the power 6. You are going to get answer after solving this, right? But let me tell you, if you'll ask me, even if you, let's suppose you take the values as v naught is equals to 10 multiplied by radius of earth can be written as 6400 into 10 to the power 3 meter divided by 1 plus 0.25 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 divided by 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. This will get cancels out. This is slightly easier for you to calculate it, right? This is slightly easier. All right. So what you can do is, I'll tell you, this will become 6.4. So and this 6.4 will go into the numerator. So 6.4 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 6400 into 10 to the power 3 whole divided by 6.4 plus 0.25. Now if you will kindly see, you will get an approximate answer, don't worry. So this point will get cancelled out. 64 times 64 is, we can take it out of root, and then you have got 10 to the power 5, right? You have got 10 to the power 5. So let's do one thing, let's write it as something like this, because we have got something like this. So let's do one thing, let's take out 4 zeros out. So 2 zeros and 2 zeros from here. So I'm going to write it down something like this, multiplied by 100 and under root of, I'll be left with 60. I'll be left with, you can see that I have taken out actually 2 zeros, right? So that means still I have got 1 zero inside. Hopefully this is all clear. This is 10 to the power 5. This is 10 to the power 5. So I have written it as 10 multiplied by 10 to the power 4, and this 10 to the power 4 is 10 to the power 2 and 10 is remaining inside. 10 is remaining inside. 10 is remaining inside, divided by, this will become 6.4. So this will become 6.65. And if you are going to remove this, you are going to get this, and this is easier for you to solve. This is easier for you to solve. Okay. Hopefully you can understand it. I always say कि you don't have to take these as values. If you can use approximation, please do it. ठीक है. If I have actually solved it and you are getting your answer as 7.76, close to 7.76 from there also. Very close. Clear? Done? Let me know in the chat box. This is going to be 7.76 into 10 kilometer per second. You need to divide it by 1000 also, obviously, because everything is in meters. So divided by 1000 to get answer in kilometer. ठीक है? चलो. Correct answer for this is option second. All right, good everyone. Hopefully you have done all of these calculations. Very good. Chalo, next move on to the next one. If you remember, a few days ago we have solved this question. Yes, 7.75, right? Very good. Very good. The position vector of a particle r as a function of time t, function of time is given by, where this is the r vector, right? And you have to find out which of the following statements is wrong. Please note which of the following statements is wrong for the motion of particle. Wrong for the motion of particle. This is what they are asking. So if you remember, we have solved this particular problem, dosto. R is given by this, right? R is given by this. So let me explain this question to you. Hold on. R is equals to 4 sine 2 pi t I cap plus 4 cos 2 pi t j cap, right? This is the same thing. Now this is your Rx. This is your Rx. And this is your Ry. So if we want to find out Vx, let's differentiate Rx with respect to t. So we are going to get 4 differentiation of sine is cos, and 2 pi will come out. So 2 pi will come out, and we'll get 2 pi cos 2 pi t, right? And this will be in I cap. Further, we can rewrite this thing as 8 pi cos 2 pi t I cap. Similarly, Vy will be written as dry by dt. And derivative of this will become, differentiation of cos will become minus sine. Please note this will become minus sine, again 2 pi, and cos will become sine 2 pi t multiplied by j cap. Is it clear, dosto? Sorted? Quickly write down in the chat box. Hopefully this is all fine. And now please note this will become minus 8 pi into sine 2 pi t into j cap. And if you want to find out the speed, simply square them and add them. And when you are going to square them, 8 pi will be written outside of this, and under root of this will become cos square theta sine square theta, that will be 1. So answer is 8 pi meter per second. So the first one, they are saying path of the particle is circle of radius 4 meter. So that's absolutely fine. Radius is 4 meter. Acceleration of vector, fine. First let me write down the velocity. Velocity is 8. No, it is not 8. It is 8 pi. It is 8 pi. All the other answers are correct. Easy. All the other answers are correct. Options are correct. Right? How to know that? this is the equation of a circle where radius is 4. When you are going to square it, you will get to know. Okay. Other than that, my dear friends, when you are going to again differentiate this equation, you are going to get acceleration is equals to acceleration will be, you will get acceleration is directly proportional to, or it is actually equals to negative times of r, something like this, है ना, some constant and negative times of r. So acceleration vector is along negative r, this is true. Magnitude of acceleration will be v square r because it is moving in circular motion. Fourth is the correct option, I mean answer for us. Is it clear, my dear friends? Sorted? No more doubt na in this question? Be quick. Moving on to the next one. Next question is this. 22. Fan bada. Next question says point masses m1 and m2 are placed at the opposite ends of a rigid rod of length L and negligible mass. The rod is to be set rotating about an axis perpendicular to it. Okay, something like this. The position of point P on this rod. Dosto, kindly see this. The position of point P on this rod through which the axis should pass so that the work required to set the rod rotating with angular velocity omega naught is minimum. Very nice problem. I am starting the poll for this. It is a nice problem but also easy. Poll has started, and please understand that they are saying the rod is to be set rotating. So that means initially it is at rest. So if you want me to write down the work done will be simply half moment of inertia into omega square, and they are saying omega naught. So omega naught square, right? This is known as rotational kinetic energy. This is known as rotational kinetic energy. Now they are saying that what should be this distance x, right? That's what they are saying, the position of point P, so that this work done is minimum. They are saying this work done is minimum. Got it? So if you want to have minimum work done, that basically means you should have minimum moment of inertia, because we can't change omega naught. If you want to have minimum work done, that means minimum moment of inertia, and we must know this, that minimum moment of inertia is when axis passes through center of mass. When axis passes through center of mass. This is the point. When axis passes through center of mass, right? And this means that now you can easily say that this x will be the center of mass, position of center of mass. So if they are talking about, you need to find out x, right? So x will be, my dear friends, m2l divided by m1 plus m2. m2l, because this is, if you want to find out x, you need to write down m2 if you remember, right? So m2l divided by m1 plus m2, that is option A. Option A is absolutely correct. Great, very good. Good, my dear friends. Let me know in the chat box if everything's clear. Sorted? Done? Quick. Let me know. Clear, right? Can we move on to the next one? Chalo. Let's see our next problem. Next question says, at the first minimum, this is a nice problem. Everyone, this is a nice problem. In this question, they are saying, at the first minimum adjacent to the central maximum of a single slit diffraction pattern, the phase difference between the Huygens wavelet from the edge of slit and the wavelet from the midpoint of the slit. That's why I was saying this was a very nice paper, right? This was a very, very nice paper. Now listen to me what they are saying. First of all, obviously you can understand this is a question from single slit diffraction. So let's suppose this is a single slit diffraction apparatus, and over here something like this. This is a single slit. I have actually exaggerated the diagram. Now if you remember, we actually say that we have actually divided this single slit into infinitely many small wavelets using the concepts of Huygens, right? Infinitely many small wavelets. And obviously we have got maxima at the central point, so we don't need to talk about that. The next is the first minima. They are talking about first minima, right? Now please see, at first minima you must know that the path difference is lambda. It is equals to lambda. It is opposite to what we have learnt in YDSE, right? So for first minima, path difference is lambda. That means, my dear friends, if I am going to drop a line like this, and I am going to say that, let's suppose this is 0.1 and this is let's suppose 100, right? So this extra distance is doston, this is lambda. This is lambda. But they are not talking about this. They are talking about this. What is going to be the phase difference between these 2 points? So this is going to be, let's suppose this is going to be 50th point. So I have actually explained this concept. I usually explain this concept in my class, something like this. Let's suppose this is this yellow line, right? Let me draw the yellow line over here and let me exaggerate it by a bit. And this is that dotted lines, right? And this is the extra path difference that we know that this is lambda, sir. And now they are saying from the midpoint. So from the midpoint, we mean to say something like this. So doston, these are similar triangles, right? Similar triangles. So if this is lambda, this is going to be lambda by 2. Why? Because if this is d, this is going to be d by 2. That's what's given in the question, right? Because they are saying that between the Huygens wavelet from the edge of the slit and the wavelet from the midpoint of the slit. So this is the midpoint of the slit. So if this is lambda, this is going to be lambda by 2. But why? Because if this is d and this is d by 2, then if this is lambda, this is going to be lambda by 2. Now I want your comment in the comment section if you have understood this concept from me. So this is going to be, my dear friends, the delta x dash. I'm not going to call it as delta x because I have written delta x as lambda. This is going to be lambda by 2. And then I can say that phase difference will be 2 pi by lambda multiplied by lambda by 2. So I have done nothing. I have used the concept that phase difference can be written as 2 pi by lambda multiplied by lambda x. So lambda and lambda gets cancels out, 2 and 2 gets cancels out, answer is going to be pi. Answer is going to be pi radian, my dear friends. Answer is going to be pi radian. Okay, I have not given this question for pole because this was slightly different, right? Slightly different. Clear? Yeah, this is bit difficult. Absolutely. This is bit difficult. Any more doubt? Let me know in the chat box. Everything's clear with this problem, doston? Quickly write down in the chat box. I'm moving on to the next one. This is a question for you. This is a question for you. You have to find out the value of alpha for which angular momentum about origin is conserved. Let's start. You have got force F, you have got R vector, you have to find out the value of alpha. Alpha is this, for which angular momentum about origin is conserved. Come on, be quick now. angular momentum about origin must be conserved. All right. If angular momentum is conserved, can we say one thing? That means torque is basically dl by dt. And if this is, and if they are saying that angular momentum is conserved, that means L is constant, isn't it? L is constant, and if L is constant, that means this will become 0. This is what do we mean by when we say that angular momentum is conserved, right? And if this is the case, we are going to then simply say that torque is equals to 0. It means that R cross F is equals to 0. R cross F is equals to 0. R cross F is equals to 0. And my dear friends, for R and F, we always use matrices to solve. If you have any doubt, no problem, I'll explain it to you. First, what you do is see the R vectors. First of all, write down I cap, J cap, K cap, and instead of R vector, write 2, -6 and -12. And then for this, write down alpha, write down 3 and write down 6, and this should come out to be 0. Now for I cap, you will get, delete this row, delete this column, this will become -36 and this will become +36. This is anyway, it's becoming 0. Then write minus j cap, delete this row, delete this column, multiply this 2 with this 6, this will become 12, and multiply this -12 with this, we already have a minus sign, so this will become +12 alpha, plus sign k cap, and then multiply this 6 and then plus 6 alpha is equals to 0. Hopefully this is all clear. Now I think answer is absolutely clear. Alpha should be -1. Alpha should be -1. For these two to be 0, this should be 0 and this should be 0, right? So 12 plus 12 alpha will be 0 when alpha will be -1, and it will automatically make this also 0. So hopefully this is all clear. Answer 2 is absolutely correct. Very good, dosto. Very good. Is it clear? Quickly write down in the chat box. Very good, Fazana. What about the other students? No problem, Jitendra. Clear? Very good, Neha. All right. Muskan, good. Good, good, good. Very good. Let's move on to the next one. This is also a problem that we have done in our previous class, right? So I'm going to start poll for this after reading it for you. Two particles A and B move with constant velocities v1 and v2 at the initial moment. Their position vectors are r1 and r2 respectively, right? The condition for which the particle A and B for their collision. Now please understand, this is a nice problem, right? This is a nice problem. Although we have done this in our previous class, and these were the questions which actually made 2015 RE-NEET test or retest. It was actually, sometimes they call it as retest of AIPMT 2015, a very nice paper, right? Let's start. Be quick. Second, very good, Veeramani, very good. Good, good. See, the main concept about this is that let's suppose we have got two particles. One of the particle is at, let's say, R1 and another particle is at R2, something like this, right? Let's say this is our A particle, this is R1 vector this is B particle, this is R2 vector. Now we are saying that at the initial moment their position vectors are R1 and R2. Now please understand, whenever they are going to collide, let's suppose they are going to collide at this point. Whenever they are going to collide, the new position vector will be written as, for A the new position vector will be written as RA or R1 plus V1 multiplied by T. Let's suppose after T time A is reaching over there, and for B we are going to write it down R2 plus, and its velocity is V2, and V2 multiplied by T. Now these, if two particles are colliding, it is very much, it is a common sense that we can say that both of the particles will be at the same place at same time. It means that we are going to equate these two. So R1 plus V1 times T is equals to R2 plus V2 times T, or I can write it down as R1 vector minus R2 vector is equals to V2 minus V1, and I have taken T as common. Now please see, these are two vector quantities. Let's suppose this is some vector P, this is vector Q. Now if two vectors are equal like this, I can also write down one more thing, R1 minus R2 divided by mod of R1 minus R2, this will be equals to, because this is the unit vector, of this vector, right, only direction, so I don't have to think for T. The unit vector for this will be V2 minus V1 divided by mod of this, that is V2 minus V1. So option second is absolutely correct. Clear? Done? Any more doubt? Sorted? Can I move on to the next one, my dear friends? Let's see this one, and this is a very easy question. Two metal wires of identical dimensions are connected in series. If sigma 1 and sigma 2 are the conductivities of the metal wire respectively, the effective conductivity of the combination is. Let's start. Please note, they are saying that they are connected in series combination, and if sigma 1 and sigma 2 are conductivities of the metal wires, the effective conductivity of the combination is. The effective conductivity of the combination is. Come on, let's start. Be quick. The effective conductivity of the combination is. One thing is for sure, we can, if it is in series combination, we can simply write down R equivalent as R1 plus R2, right? R1 plus R2. Also, everyone knows that, sir, any value of resistance can be written as rho L by A. But right now we are not dealing with resistivity, we are dealing with conductivity. So 1 upon resistivity is conductivity. Clear? So that means for this I am going to write, my dear friends, if one of them has length L, so it's something like this. Let's suppose this has got length L, this has got length L. So we are going to have length 2L over here, right? So you will have 2L divided by sigma equivalent times A equals to L divided by sigma 1 times A plus L divided by sigma 2 into A. So L will get cancelled out, A will get cancelled out, and you will get your value of sigma equivalent after solving this. Clear? Any more doubts, my dear friends? Be quick, let me know in the chat box. Hopefully everything is clear. Yes, definitely answer B will be the correct one. Answer B. Good, very good. I think I've missed one question. Kya? Yeah, there is one question related with thorium and helium. I can't find that, but no problem. I'll give it to you after we'll finish this paper. There's one question, very easy question, in which a radioactive element is broken and we have to compare the kinetic energy between helium and helium and thorium. So simply remember, I'll explain it to you after this question or afterwards. It's simply related to conservation of linear momentum, right? Clear? Chalo, good, good, good. All right. This question says light of wavelength 500 nanometer is incident on a metal with work function 2.28. The de Broglie wavelength of the emitted electron is. Let's start. 60 seconds. Again, whenever they are going to tell you the light of wavelength like this, simply use the formula of E equals to 1240 electron volt. Answer will be in electron volt when you are going to put answer in nanometer. So solve this. 124 divided by 50, it will be some 2 point something, right? And that's 2.28. I'll tell you, this is 2.48 doston. This is 2.48 electron volt. And Einstein's equation is energy is equals to work function plus kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy. This is, and they are saying the de Broglie wavelength, right? So we need to find out the maximum kinetic energy. So maximum kinetic energy will be 2.48 minus 2.28 electron volt. So 0, and this will become, my dear friends, 20. So 0.20 electron volt. So 0.2 electron volt, right? And now de Broglie wavelength is h divided by under root of, or what you can do is, you can again use the concept, energy is given, right? Energy is given. Please understand what we are going to do. Again, let's write down E dash as 0.20, and again let's write down 12400, because this is an angstrom, and divided by lambda. So lambda will be 12400 divided by 0.20, and this answer will be in angstrom, that is 10 to the power minus 10. Now understand one thing, understand one thing. This is the maximum energy. This is the maximum energy. This is maximum. So that means this value is maximum. So this is going to be minimum. That means we have got lots of electrons, and kinetic energy of electrons have a range from maximum value to maybe some of the electrons have 0 electron volt of kinetic energy. So that means, although I mean just for the sake of maths, we are not going to equate it to 0. So what I am trying to say is that this value can be less than 0.20. That means it can be greater than. So we are going to definitely talk about greater than value, hai na? So either it's going to be 4, it's going to be 4 only. It's going to be 4 only. Let's check. Let's check. Absolutely, doston. Can you please see how we can solve questions by simply applying logic? Please understand what I have done. I have not actually calculated any value, but I know that this value is maximum. This value is maximum. We can have lots of electrons which have not kinetic energy equal to 0.20 but less than 0.20. So if this value is going to decrease, lambda will increase. So this is whatever this value is, it's the minimum wavelength. It's the minimum wavelength, right? Very good, nice, dosto. And also please check the calculation once. Checking the calculation for you. but I think we might not get the exact answer from there. Yeah. You know what? Use it. You use the original method only, because they are talking about de Broglie, na. They are talking about de Broglie, dosto. Don't use this method. I'm so sorry. Don't use this method, but logic will remain same, but don't use this method. They are talking about de Broglie, so use de Broglie formula only. De Broglie formula is H divided by under root 2mk, but still the logic will remain same. Maximum kinetic energy is, if this is maximum, then this will be minimum, and this will be nearly, it will come out as 2.8 angstrom. When you are going to put all the values, this is what makes this question paper slightly difficult. All the calculation is very difficult, right? Calculation is very difficult. Kinetic energy will be less than the maximum value for other electrons, that therefore lambda will increase. So only one option is correct, because in all the other options lambda is less than given values. So only one option is correct, that is fourth. This is correct answer is 0.28 angstrom. Correct answer is option fourth. Now you can ask me your doubt. Okay, 71.34%, very good. Any doubt in this problem? This was a nice question, dosto. If you will pay attention, this was a very nice question, right? Alright, sir, could you please do a long sessions of PYQ, more than 500 questions? I think we are going to do it in our next class. Okay, wait for next class, we are going to do it. Everything is clear with this? Quickly write down in the chat box. Done? Yeah, don't use that formula, that was my bad. We can't use that formula, because that was for hc by lambda thing, na. This is for de Broglie. Use this formula, dosto. Okay, use this formula. They are talking about de Broglie. Now let's move on to the next question. Very important, very difficult, calculation wise, concept wise very easy. See, very easy, concept wise. Calculation is very difficult. HM, right? Although we can actually use some concepts of those, if you remember 12.27 under root wala thing, but again calculation is still difficult. Over here also calculation is difficult. This is why this paper is very important for you to practice. Let's read this question carefully. Question says, my dear friends, 4 gram of gas occupies 22 liters at NTP. First of all, as far as I know, if a gas occupies, I'm going to write it over here. I'll use calculation for I'll use that space for calculation. 24 liters of gas at STP or NTP. Actually, if you will ask me the number of moles, I'll say that will be 1 mole, right? At NTP. So that means this is 1 mole of gas. This is 1 mole of gas. If 1 mole of gas has 4 gram, this basically means that molecular mass is 4 gram. Or if you want to convert it into kilogram, 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram, which 4 gram basically says that it's helium, right? Clear? So this first line tells a lot of things. Clear now? Now they are saying the specific heat capacity of the gas at constant volume is 5 joule per Kelvin per mole. So CV, they have given us CV. CV is 5, right? And the speed of sound is, my dear friends, gamma RT by M. So we know speed, that is 952 is equals to, then you need to put gamma over here. We don't know what gamma is. Well, basically gamma will be Cp by Cv, and they are asking us Cp, then the heat capacity at the constant pressure. That means Cp will be gamma multiplied by Cv, and Cv is 5. Please note that you are not going to use that 5/2r or 3/2r over here. You will get the wrong answer. Why? Reason is simple. They themselves have said here some CV is they have given 5. Hai na? Now we will have to take these values. Don't think about those general 5/2 and 3/2 thing. Although this is a monoatomic gas, but we can't use that. So we need to find out gamma. For finding out gamma, you will have to do this. Gamma times R, and R is equals to 8.3. 8.3. NTP temperature is, can I take it as 273? Yes. Divided by molecular mass is 4 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3. I am again and again saying why I am solving RE-NEET 2025 because of this reason. Can you please check the calculation? This is very lengthy. This is very lengthy, right? So let's square them. This will become 952 times 952 multiplied by 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole divided by 8.3 times 273 is equals to gamma. After finding out gamma from here, multiply it here and you will get to the correct answer. I believe the correct answer is 7.5. No, correct answer is 8. Correct answer is 8. My bad. Correct answer is 8 because gamma is coming out to be, dosto, 1.6. Gamma is coming out to be, if you are going to solve everything from this, it is coming out to be 1.6. And if gamma is 1.6, you will finally get 1.6 into 5 and that is 8. Please do, bhai, these kinds of problems are very nice. In 2025 also, NTA actually increased the difficulty level by making questions lengthy. And in RE-NEET 2015 also same thing happened. Please check these calculations, huh? You won't be able to do this if you are not practicing it right now. Clear? Please check this calculation. Please check this calculation. This is also some heavy calculation. Kindly check this calculation. Kindly check this calculation. That is why this paper is difficult. All right? Done? Chalo. So, moving on, my dear friends, answer for this is going to be 8. I think I have not given this in poll. Answer is 8. Question was very nice. Hopefully, you have understood it now. Moving on to the next question. All right. Clear? Done? Be quick. Quickly write down in the chat box if you are following what I have said. Next question says a series RC circuit. A series RC circuit is connected to an alternating voltage source. Fine. Consider two situations. So you need to consider two situations, dosto. When capacitor is in air filled and when capacitor is mica filled. Mica basically is an dielectric. Mica is a dielectric. And you are talking about an RC circuit. It is not a simple question of capacitor. It's not a simple capacitive circuit. You have got an AC source, you have got an R, you have got a C over here. So something like this. XC, R and voltage source V. Let's do it. Come on. Then they are saying current through the resistor and voltage across the capacitor is V. Then you have to find out VA and VB. That means voltage across capacitor. You have to compare voltage across capacitor. So in case A, I'll write down case A over here. In case A, I'll also start the poll if you want. 60 seconds. Let's begin. You also do it. Okay, dosto. Most of you are saying, okay, fine, no problem. We'll check, bhai, we'll check. Okay, we'll see. See, in A, if you want to know the voltage across capacitor, let's suppose current is I. Let's suppose current is I, right? And value of current will be voltage divided by impedance, and impedance will be R square plus 1 upon omega square C square. Please note this. And hence VA will be current multiplied by XC. Current multiplied by XC. That means current is voltage divided by under root of R square. Let me write down this thing as, for now, let me write it down, XC square and multiplied by XC. If you will allow me, I'll divide it by XC. Okay, I'll divide it by XC and I'll get V under root of R square by XC square plus 1. So we are going to use similar formula, dosto, right? We are going to use similar formula, no doubt about this. Over here in option, in second case also, in B also, VB will become, see, in VB also, V will not change, divided by under root of, I'm sorry, just a second, hopefully everything is correct. I was actually talking about current here. I was actually talking about current, and current came out to be this. Okay, that's absolutely fine. VA. So VB will be V R square, and this will become XC dash whole square plus 1 square, and that's simply 1. Now my point is that XC is 1 upon omega C. Now in the second case, capacitance will increase, so XC will decrease, right? So this value is decreasing, dosto. This value is decreasing, correct? Because if you are going to apply dielectric, the new capacitance will become K times of C. Understand this thing, right? It will increase. All right. So if this value is decreasing, this whole value is increasing. If this whole value is increasing, that means VB will decrease. If VB decreases, that means VA is greater than VB. This is the right method. Option C is correct. Very good. Nice problem. Huh? By the way, if you have any doubt, sir, how are we going to know what is mica? Anything other than air will have greater permittivity, right, than air or vacuum. So dielectric constant will be certainly greater than 1, and in that case capacitance will increase, right? So capacitance will definitely increase. If capacitance increases, this whole term, or I should say this whole term, decreases. If this whole term, see, if this term decreases, this whole term increases. If this whole term increases, this term decreases. This is denominator, so this term will increase because denominator is decreasing. Now this is in the denominator of this number, so that means this number will decrease. Clear? All right, is it sorted now? Quickly let me know in the chat box. Moving on to the next question, my dear friends. It was a nice problem. Next problem is related to Planck. Quickly write down in the chat box. For the last problem, this question says a plank with a box on it on one end is gradually raised about the other end as the angle of inclination with the horizontal reaches 30 degree. The box starts to slip and slides 4 meter in 4 seconds. The coefficient of static and kinetic friction between the block and the plank is. Let's start the timer for this. 90 seconds. Let's begin. Please read the question correctly. They are saying till it was 30 degree, it was not moving, right? Till it was 30 degree, it was not moving. At 30 degree, my dear friends, we know that we have got mg. And by the way, mass is not given, so no problem. This is going to be mg sine 30. That means mg by 2, and this is going to be friction force. And दोस्तों, till it is at rest, right? Till it is at rest, we are going to talk about static friction. Till it is at rest, that means till 30 degree it is at static friction is applying, and that is mu mg cos theta. And I can actually now rewrite it as mu s, mg is mg, I don't know what it is, right? I don't know what m is, and then cos 30. Cos 30 will mean, buddies, root 3 by 2. Now, since it is not moving, please see, since it is not moving, we are going to say that m mu s mg cos 30 should be equals to mg by 2, because it was not moving till 30 degree. My dear friends, mg gets cancels out, 2 gets cancels out, mu s is equals to 1 upon root 3. Mu s is equals to 1 upon root 3. 1 upon root 3 is nearly 0. Let's find it out what it is. 1 divided by 1.73. Dosto, can you please find me what this answer is? Be quick. Be quick, dosto, be quick. Whatever this answer is, quickly find me. And then for the next part, I am solving it for you. Till please find me this answer. For the next part, they are saying that this block starts to slide down. Please see, this block starts to slide down and it takes 4 seconds to cover 4 meter, right? So when it starts to slide down, my dear friends, forces are going to be mg sin theta will not change. But now instead of mu s mg cos theta, we will now talk about kinetic friction, and that will be mu k mg root 3 by 2. And now obviously, because it is sliding down, the net acceleration will be in this direction. So net force is also in this direction, and this is the direction of net acceleration. And by the way, net acceleration is g by 2 minus mu k g root 3 by 2. This is the net acceleration. And my dear friends, they are saying, let's use s equals to ut plus half a net into t square. So initial velocity is 0 because it is going to it will just start to move, right? It will just start to move. So displacement is 4 meters. Let's find out the value of a net, and t is 4. So this will become 2. This will be cancelled out, and a net will come out as 1 by 2. Let's substitute 1 by 2 in this equation. So we'll get 1 by 2 is equals to g by 2 1 minus mu k times root 3. So 2 and 2 gets cancels out, g is equals to 10, and find me the answer for this one. Come on, be quick. Let me know what is the answer for this question, dosto. Any more doubt? Quickly let me know. 1 divided by 1.73. You need to find this for me. Third, I think third is the correct answer, dosto. Right? Third is the correct answer. Third is matching up. Absolutely. Third is matching up. That means this will come out to be 0.6, nearly 0.6, and this will nearly come out as mu k will nearly come out as 0.5. If you have any doubt, do let me know. C is the correct answer. Great. Good. Hopefully this is all clear to you. This is again a very, very nice problem as far as NEET paper is concerned, right? A very lengthy question. A very lengthy question for only 4 marks. Done? Can we move on to the next question, dosto? 2 stones of masses m and 2m All right, let's start the timer for this. Timer is on, my dear friends. Two stones of masses m and 2m are whirled in a horizontal horizontal circles. The heavier one, so okay, let me write it down for you. They are saying the heavier one, that means the mass with 2m has radius r by 2, right? And the lighter one, that means the mass with m has radius r. And then they are saying tangential speed of light stone. So let's do one thing now. Let's write this thing as particle 1. Let's write this thing as particle 2. So they are saying tangential speed of light stone, that means V1 is equals to n times of V2. This is given. This is given, my dear friends. Clear? This is given. Now they are saying, so when they experience same centripetal force, you have to find out the value of n such that they experience same centripetal force. F1 is equals to F2. So F1 will be m v square v1 square divided by r is equals to m v square divided by r. Radius can be cancelled out, m can be cancelled out, v1 divided by v2 square of this is equals to, my dear friends, this will become 4, and v1 divided by v2 is nothing but I can write it down as n times v2 divided by v2 is equals to, if I am going to put, this will become 2. So n is actually equals to 2. N is actually equals to 2. B is correct. Good here, very, very good. N is actually equals to 2. Let me know in the chat box if you have got any doubt, dosto. Be quick. Clear? Done? Let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. Can we move on to the next one? All right. Good. Let's move to the next question. This is an easy standard notes based question. Everyone can do it. Time starts now. 60 seconds. An ideal gas is compressed to half of its initial volume. Gas is compressed to half of its initial volume, my dear friends, and by means of several processes. Which of the process results in maximum work done? We all know that the answer for this is obviously adiabatic, but still I'll explain something, one graph to you at least, that if let's suppose we are talking about few processes. What is this? This is going to be isothermal process, right? Now the point is that the magnitude of slope of adiabatic is greater than the magnitude of slope of isothermal, right? We have got only doubts in two things, dosto, right? So adiabatic and isothermal, so it's going to be adiabatic. Other than that, isochoric will have no work done because there is no change in volume, right? For isobaric, we know that it's going to be simply pressure is going to remain same. This is going to be the isobaric case, or what you can do is something like this, right? Let's say this is the case for isothermal. So definitely it's going to be adiabatic, that is option number B. Very good. Standard sawal, no more doubts. Hopefully everything is clear. Be quick, my dear friends, right? And for adiabatic, it will be slightly steeper than this, right? Moving on to the next one. A ball is thrown vertically downwards from a height of 20 meter, okay? From a height of 20 meter with an initial velocity of V0. See, mostly they say that they have dropped it, right? Mostly they say that they have dropped it. Now they are saying that from a height of 20 meter, they have thrown it with initial velocity v naught. It collides with the ground, it loses 50% of energy in collision and rebounds to the same height. Rebounds to the same height. Got it. So that means, my dear friends, the question is somewhat like this. We have got a stone or a ball and we are throwing it with certain velocity of v naught, and when it will strike down, let's say that it strikes down with a velocity of v naught dash, and actually we can find out that velocity, right? We can find out that velocity v dash will be at least square of v dash will be v naught square plus 2 into 10 into 20. This is going to be this velocity. Got it? And after collision, it goes back with a velocity of, let's suppose v1, and it goes back to the same height. It goes back to the same height, and this height was 20 meter. So definitely we can find out what this v1 is going to be, because v1 can be written as under root 2gh, no doubt about this. So if this is 2, this is 10, height is 20, so this will become 20 meter per second. So this is 20 meter per second. So let's find out the kinetic energy at this point. So kinetic energy at this point, it's going to be the total energy half m, mass is, let's suppose, m, into v square, that means 400. So this is 200 m. Now please understand, please understand. They are saying at this point, let's suppose energy is E. So 50% of energy is being lost. So that means 50%, that is E by 2, is actually equals to 200. So E is actually equals to 400 joules. And if E is equals to 400 joules, I can say that half m, and by the way, that's m also over here, not 400, but m also over here, m, and this means that half m into this v dash square is equals to, this energy is going to be 400 m. So m can be cancelled out. So v dash will become, or v dash square will become 800. Let's substitute it over here. So v naught square will be, this is 800 and minus 400. So that means 20 meter per second. This is 400 v naught square, and v naught will be 20. Very nice problem, my dear friends. You can see, please check and let me know if you have any doubt. Got it? Clear? Doston, this was a nice problem. Any more doubt? Be quick. Done and dusted? Be quick. So 20 meter per second is the correct answer for this question. Please remember, if let's suppose energy is E, then 50% is getting lost. And now kinetic energy, total kinetic energy is 200 m. So that means 50% of E is 200 m, because 50% is getting lost. So 50% of E basically means E by 2. So E by 2 is 200 m. That means E is 400 m. And at this point, energy can be written as half m V dash square is equals to 400 m. That means V dash is 800. V dash square is 800. Jitendra, which formula, buddy? Which formula, dost? Which formula? Everything is correct, dost. Please quickly let me know in the chat box if any formula is wrong. V dash square, V naught square plus 2GH. Everything is correct here. Done, Jitendra? Hopefully no doubt, buddy. All right. Chalo, let's move on to the next question then. Next question, based on collision. This is also a nice problem. Kindly see, really nice problem in RE-NEET 2015 paper, right? All right. This question says on a frictionless surface, a block of mass m is moving at speed v. It collides elastically with another block of same mass m, which is initially at rest. After collision, first block moves at an angle of theta to its initial direction and a speed v by 3. Apply conservation of mechanical energy, that's it. Apply conservation of mechanical energy, my dear friends. Poll is on. Quickly write down in the chat box. Poll is on. You only have to apply conservation of mechanical energy. In this, we are going to say on a friction, a block of mass m is moving with speed v. That means half m into v square. It collides elastically with another block of same mass which is initially at rest is equals to, after collision, first block moves at an angle. Don't worry about the angle, we know the speed. So that means half, they are saying the first block, that means mass m, it moves with a speed of v by 3, that means v square by 9. And the second block of same mass, we need to find out the velocity of that, speed of that. So half m into v dash square. Dosto, half can be cancelled out, m can be cancelled out, right? So v dash square will be v square minus v square by 9. So this is going to be 8v square by 9. Hopefully everything is correct. So this will v dash will become 2 root 2 v by 3. 2 root 2 v by 3, right? 2 root 2 v by 3. Any more doubt? 2 root 2 v by 3. Second is the correct option. Very good. Come on. Nice problem, my dear friends. Moving on to the next one. Moving on to the next question of RE-NEET 2015. Next one is basic standard notes based question. Potential is given. We need to find out electric field at this point. Chalo, you guys do it. You guys do this one. Be quick. You guys do this problem. Quick. Basic question. Come on. Solve. Use the concept that if you want to find out electric field, simply write down this thing as minus dV by dr, or if you want to find out Ex, write down negative times of del V by del X. If you want to write down Ey, write down minus del V by del Y. And if you want to write down Ez, write down minus del V by del Z. These are partial derivatives of V with respect to X, Y and Z. If I want to find out Ex, let's differentiate this equation with respect to X. Okay, let me just write it over here only, na? That would be nice. With a negative sign, differentiation of 6xy with respect to x will give me 6y. Differentiation of y is 0, this is 0. And at 1 comma 1 comma 0, right? 1 comma 1 comma 0. So answer will be minus 6 volt per meter. So minus 6 volt per meter. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Next is negative sign is common. With respect to y, this will become 6x. Then this will become minus 1. This will become plus 2z at 1 comma 1 comma 0. So this is 0. This is 1. So 6 minus 1 is 5. That means minus 5. So minus 5 volt per meter. So minus 5, that means answer third is correct, second is wrong. You can check it. You can check this by differentiating this with z. This is 0, this is 0, this will become minus 2y. And when y is equals to 1, this will become minus 2 volt per meter. Any doubt kya? I think nahi, sahi hai na, sorry, this is mine, this is 2, right? And by the way, we have differentiated with respect to z, right? So with respect to z, that will be everything's fine, na? That's going to be minus is common. Fine. Third is absolutely correct. Third is absolutely correct. Any doubt? Any doubt? Clear? No, there is no mistake. There is no mistake. Absolutely is fine. Absolutely correct. Minus sign is common. So 6, 5 and 2. So minus sign is common. 6, 5 and 2. Done? Alright. Let's move on. Next question. Two slits in Young's experiment have widths in the ratio of 1:25. Alright. So please understand this question. And I want you to solve this, right? I am starting the timer again, standard based 90 seconds. Let's start. Quick. They are saying that widths are in the ratio. Let's say this is 1:25. Something like this. So this is the slit 1, this is slit 2, something like this, right? And please remember this point. Whenever they are going to say that the ratio of width is 1:25, then you can also say that this means that ratio of intensity is also 1:25. Ratio of intensity is also 1:25. 1:25. And we also know that this is directly proportional to intensity of amplitude. So this one will become A1 square divided by A2 square. And then what you can do is you can write down maximum intensity divided by minimum intensity. That one is going to be A1 plus A2 divided by A1 minus A2, and then again find out maximum to minimum by simply writing A max upon A minimum and square of this. Is it clear? Quickly find me the answer, dosto. Be quick. So this is going to become 1:5. Correct. This will become A1 upon A2 will become 1:5. So that means this will become 1 plus 5 divided by I mean, you know, right? We only have to take the mod values. 1 minus 5. So this will become 6. Sorry, this will become 6 by 4. So 6 by 4 and square of this. That means 3 by 2. That means 9 by 4. 9 by 4 is the correct answer. Alright, 9 by 4 is the correct answer. Done? Nice problem. Very nice problem. Answer is 9 by 4. 9 by 4 B. Good. Unique type of a problem. If you remember at the start, in the start of the lecture, I have said this is a unique problem. Class will over when we will finish the mock. Sorry, finish the RE-NEET paper, right? All 40-45 questions. Although some of the questions were out of course, so I think we will do 42 questions total. Very important lecture, my dear friends. Good, very good. In this question, they are saying the heart of a man pumps 5 liters of blood, 5 liters of blood through arteries per minute at a pressure of 150 mm mercury, that is Hg. If the density of the mercury is 13.6 into 10 to the power 3 kilogram per meter cube and gravity is 10, then power of heart is. My dear friends, to solve this type of a problem, please remember, power is of course the rate at which energy is being delivered, right? And energy can be written as pressure multiplied by volume divided by T, right? Got it? Pressure multiplied by volume divided by T. So they are saying we can rewrite this thing pressure as rho GH and V divided by T. V can be written as, we also know the volume and we also know time T. So density is 13.6 into 10 to the power 3 kilogram is fine with me. G is 10 and दोस्तों for height is 150 mm. Millimeter means 10 to the power minus 3 multiplied by volume per minute. So 5 liters, please convert it into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube divided by per minute. So minute means 60 seconds. Solve this and let me know the answer. Quick my dear friends. Hopefully I have written each and everything. Dosto, mm also I have converted it really good and answer will be close to 1.70. When you will solve it, you will come out, I mean the answer will come out as 1.70 watt. Done? Any doubt? Any doubt in this problem? Hopefully everything is clear. If let's suppose you guys have doubt afterwards, you can write down your doubt in the comment section. I'll reply. Okay, I'll reply. This is and work. See, we all know work can be written as pressure multiplied by volume. So pressure multiplied volume divided by time T. PV divided by T. Right? So this is also all done and dusted. A proton and an alpha particle both enter a region of uniform magnetic field B moving at right angles to the field if the radius of circular orbits for both the particles are equal. Chalo, let's solve this question in poles. Start, time starts now, right? They are saying that we have got a proton and an alpha particle and they both enter in a uniform magnetic field B at right angles if the radius of circular orbits for both the particles is equal and kinetic energy acquired by the proton is 1 mega electron volt. Then what is the energy acquired by the alpha particle? My dear friends, formula for radius of curvature is mv divided by qb, or you can rewrite it as mv divided by under root of 2m ke. And now they are saying radius of curvature is same for proton and alpha particle. For proton and alpha particle. That means for proton we are going to write mass as m, velocity now array yaar, so sorry what I have done, I don't know. This is actually under root 2m ke divided by qb. My bad doston, I'm so sorry, right? So this one is going to be under root of 2, let's say mass of proton is m, kinetic energy is, they themselves have said that kinetic energy is 1 mega electron volt. 1 mega electron volt divided by charge of proton is E, magnetic field is B, under root of 2 times of alpha particle mass is 4m, let's say kinetic energy is Ke of alpha particle divided by charge is 2e and magnetic field is B. B and E gets cancels out. Clear? If you are going to square them, this will become 2m 1 mega electron volt is equals to 2 into 4m kinetic energy of alpha particle, that's it, and divided by 4. 4 gets cancels out, 2m gets cancels out, it comes out to be same as 1 mega electron volt. 1 is the correct answer, my dear friends. Clear? 1 comes out to be as the correct answer. Great. Clear? Any doubt? Can we move on to the next one? Hopefully everything is clear. Please check this problem. Please check this problem. If the dimensions of critical velocity of a liquid following through a tube, it must be flowing through a tube, are expressed as this, where eta, rho and r are the coefficient of viscosity of liquid, density of liquid and radius of the tube respectively, then the values of x, y and z will be. Okay, fine. Done. See, so they are saying velocity, first of all, understand about these individual things. Coefficient of viscosity, you can use coefficient of viscosity from this formula, 6 pi eta r into v. That means eta will have the same dimensions as that of force divided by r times v. Now this has dimensions of m1, l1, t minus 2. R has dimensions of L1 and V has dimensions of L1 and T minus 1. L will get cancels out. So finally we will get M1, L minus 1 and T minus 1. Hopefully this is all clear. M1, L minus 1 and T minus 1, right? And density is very easy. Dimensions of density is mass per unit volume. So M1, L minus 3. And radius is simple L. So velocity is Lt minus 1 is equals to, let's say, some constant k is times eta. Eta is दोस्तों m1 L minus 1 T minus 1 raised to the power x, and I've got less space, no problem. Density is m1 L minus 3 raised to the power y, and then I've got simply L raised to the power 1 raised to the power z. Clear? Any doubt? So this will become m raised to the power x plus y, length raised to the power minus x minus 3y plus z, and t raised to the power minus x. Now दोस्तों, if you are going to compare, minus x is equals to minus 1, then x will be equals to 1. X will be equals to 1. So this is not possible, this is not possible. Then x plus y is 0. That means y is equals to minus x. That means minus 1. So y is equals to minus 1. So this is possible, this is not possible. That means x minus 3y plus z is equals to 1. So x is 1, y is minus 1 plus z is equals to 1. This z will become minus 2 plus 1, so minus 1. So z will also be minus 1. Absolutely correct. Done. Clear, my dear friends? Quick, please see, for things like coefficient of viscosity, you must remember the formula, dimensional formula. In case you don't remember it, you can use it from viscous force, right? Other than that, everything is very easy. Hopefully this question is now clear. Moving on to the next one. A circuit contains an ammeter, a battery of 30 volt and a resistance of 40.8 ohm, all connected in series. I think you guys can do this question with me, right? Clear? Chalo, I'm starting the timer, 90 seconds, let's start. The question says a circuit contains an ammeter. Okay, I'll draw a circuit for you. So a circuit contains an ammeter, a battery of 30 volt and a resistance. Fine. So a battery of 30 volt and ammeter and a resistance of 40.8 meter. 40.8 ohm, sorry, yeah, not ohm, all connected in series. If the ammeter has a coil of resistance, acha, okay. So ammeter has a coil of resistance. So please remember that ammeter is connected in series combination. So this is 480 ohm. Done. Fine. And a shunt of 20 ohm. Shunt of 20 ohm. That means something like this. Shunt of 20 ohm. Then you have to find out the reading. Yeah, it is very easy. No problem. First find out the parallel combination of this, right? So this is going to be 20 multiplied by 480 divided by 500. Zeros can be cancelled out. 48 times 2 is 96 divided by 5. 520 is 100, so it will be slightly less than 20, है ना? Whatever this is. क्या है भाई? Let's find it out using my phone. 96, it must be some 19.8, something like that, divided by 5. 19.2, great. This is 19.2 ohm. So now finally R equivalent will become, this is 40.8 plus 19.2, right? Clear? So this is going to be 60, right? Plus 40.2, 40.8. So 19.2 plus 40.8, 60, correct? So this is 60. So if this is 60, doston, they were talking about current. I will be total voltage 30 divided by 60. That is 1 by 2 ampere. That is 0.5 ampere. B option is correct. B option is correct. All right. Clear? Done? Easy peasy. Yes. Very good. Exactly. I am also saying this question is not at all difficult. All right. Next question says, now you do it with me. Next question says water rises to a height h in capillary tube. If the length of the capillary tube above the surface of the water is made less than h, then what will happen? Options are, my dear friends, water does not rise at all, right? Please understand what the question is saying and select the correct option. They are saying water does not rise, water rises up to the tip and then starts overflowing like a fountain. Overflowing like a fountain. Let's suppose you have got a capillary tube over here. Let's suppose you have got a capillary tube over here, and usually let's suppose till here the fluid actually rises and this height is h. Now we are saying, or let's suppose doston, something like this, okay? And now they are saying that we are reducing this height. If the length of the capillary tube of the surface is made less than h, got it? Let's suppose this is h and now it is being made less than h, then what will happen? They are saying that. So will it overflow? Will it overflow? Will it overflow or not? Will it overflow or not? Second option is that it will overflow. Third option is water rises up to the top of a capillary tube and stays there without overflowing. Fourth option is water rises up to a point a little below the top and stays there. Be quick. Answer is, please remember that in these types of cases, water or any fluid, I mean liquid, never overflows. Never overflows, right? Remember this. Remember this, my dear friends. The reason is that H is equals to 2T upon rho G into capital R. Not the radius of tube, of capillary tube. I am not talking about radius of capillary tube. I am talking about radius of meniscus. This R is radius of meniscus, right? Let's suppose this is the radius of meniscus. Got it, दोस्तों? Let's suppose this is the radius of meniscus. This is R. So what's going to happen is, if you are going to see that, if let's suppose if this H decreases, then this R increases, right? If this H decreases, this R increases, but it will never overflow, right? So it will, water rises up to the top of the capillary tube and stays there without overflowing. The radius of meniscus will increase. The radius of and radius of meniscus increases. Radius of meniscus increases. Come on, let me know in the chat box, दोस्तों, if you have any doubt. After this, we'll move to next question. C is correct. Very good. Nice problem, right? दोस्तों, nice problem. Come on, let me know in the chat box. Of this capillary, definitely I'll explain. Water rises up to a point a little below of the top and stays there. Acha, theek hai, this thing can be also true here, but actually, you know what, they are saying it will little below, it will not fall little below. It will not be little below. Something like this will happen, pata hai? Something like this will happen. You are not changing the radius. Who has asked this question? Whoever has asked this question, please see. Something like this will happen. It will go till top, but this radius of curvature will increase. Got it? I mean, it makes no sense that it is not going till top. That's the reason for not selecting fourth option. Clear? Done? Whoever has asked this question, please respond. Done, दोस्तों? Clear? All right. Very good. Good, दोस्तों. Good. Someone is saying, sir, can we crack NEET 2026 starting from basic? Well, NEET 2026 is over and it's now totally cracked, right? It was cracked few days ago, NEET exam. So now prepare for RE-NEET paper. Advait, you should add RE-NEET in that beta. है ना? NEET is already over. NTA has cracked it. Chalo, let's move on to the next question. Next question is very important. Read it. Read it carefully. And please write down in the comment section if you enjoyed today's session, and also write down if you have any doubt. I will personally reply. Okay, I will personally reply in the comment section after the class is over. Then, in this question, they are saying in an astronomical telescope in normal adjustment. Normal adjustment basically means when the final image is obtained at infinity. When the final image is obtained at infinity. Okay. When the final image is obtained at infinity. Final image means that from eyepiece it is obtained at infinity. That means UE will be equals to minus FE. I can also draw a diagram for you, don't feel bad. Let's suppose if you have got you have got an objective lens, you have got an eyepiece, right? And then they are saying that see, they are saying normal adjustment, a straight back black line of length L is drawn on the inside of part of objective lens. That means something like this, dosto. See how interesting this question is. You have got a straight black line like this on the objective lens, right? This is the objective lens. And for normal adjustment, obviously rays or in normal adjustment, what really happens is that this length is equals to, this length is actually equals to FO plus FE. This length is actually equals to FO plus FE, because usually images come from infinity, and when they are going to strike at they are going to strike at a point which is focus point of objective lens, and if let's suppose that point is also focus point of eyepiece, then finally image will be obtained at infinity, right? Really nice problem, my dear friends, really nice problem. Got it? Then they are saying the eyepiece forms a real, by the way, length is L, huh? This length is L. This is not tube length or something like this. This length is L. So length of object is L. Length of object is, height of object is L. Height of object is L. Then they are saying the eyepiece forms a real image of this. The length of the image is I. Height of image is I. And it is also real. So can I write down magnification? Can I write down the magnification by eyepiece? Magnification of eyepiece is going to be minus L, minus I divided by L. Minus I divided by L. And then they are saying what is the magnification of telescope? What is the magnification of telescope? Dosto, magnification of telescope for normal adjustment is magnification for telescope is FO by FE. FO by FE. So you need to find out this, and you know what M is, right? So chalo, let's see if you guys can do it. 90 seconds, let's start. I have explained each and everything. These are nice problem from astronomical telescope. Please see. देखो, we know F, है ना? We know F, and this is, by the way, this is all done by eyepiece. This is all done by eyepiece. This is for eyepiece. If you'll see, if I'll help you once again, this is going to be focus divided by F minus U, right? Focus, and this is going to be F minus U. Come on, let's do this problem, my dear friends. Hopefully everything is clear. For this eyepiece, object is at, this is the object, huh? This is the object. So object is at FO plus FE. So when you are going to actually solve this, you are going to get minus I by L is equals to FE, FE because this is of course FE, this is UE, FE minus, then object is in negative direction. So this is going to be minus of FO minus of FE. So finally we will get FE divided by FE plus FO minus FE. I think just a second. Hopefully everything is correct. This is FO plus FE na. This is FO. This is actually, dosto, I'm sorry. This is this is FO plus FE here. Sorry. So this is good. This will become something like this. So this will get cancels out, and we'll finally get FE divided by FO. And if you're going to reciprocal it, we'll get FO divided by FE. That's what we wanted. And FE divided by FO is I by L. So this will become L by I. So L by I is the answer. Let's check again the sign convention. I'll check it for you, but correct answer is 1. L by I. L by I. This is correct. Dosto, actually the thing is, problem was, my dear friends, generally this is plus, hai na? This is plus, and I have already used a negative sign, so that was the problem. Clear? Got it? So object distance is FO plus FE, but using sign convention, I'll write a minus sign, and we have got a negative sign over here. Right? Clear? So this will also become negative. That's the thing. This will also become negative. No problem with this. This will also become negative, and finally negative and negative will get cancels out, and our answer will be correct. Now you tell me if you have any doubt. I'll explain it again. Option A is absolutely correct. Done? Clear? सर कल आ जाना 9 बजे सोनम वांगचुक ओके आएंगे, आज भी आए थे। ओके ठीक है सर, कैसे किस चीज के लिए, फॉर व्हाट? प्लीज आस्क योर डाउट, आई विल आंसर एवरीथिंग. I'm going to repeat it again. Very nice problem. See what they are trying to say. We have got an astronomical telescope. This is the objective lens. We have got a black line over here of length L. They are saying that the image obtained, the height of image of this black line is I. So magnification will be minus I by L, because this is, I have simply said over here that magnification is height of image divided by height of object. And why minus sign? Because they are saying that we are having a real image. Next is magnification can be also written as F divided by F plus UE. This is a simple formula, F divided by F plus UE, right? Clear? Now over here object distance will be written with sign convention, so it will be written as minus times of FO plus FE. So minus times of FO plus FE, and this is equals to minus times of I by L. So after opening this bracket, we'll get minus times of FE by FO. They were asking me magnification of telescope for normal adjustment. For normal adjustment, magnification is FO by FE. So now we know that FE by FO is equals to minus I by L, and minus sign over there as well. So FO by FE will be L by I. Option first. Done? Clear? Any more doubt, my dear friends? Let me know. Nice problem. Thank you, SRK. Your name is also very good. Thank you. Sir, RE-NEET एग्जाम को अभी से स्टार्ट करके कैसे क्रैक करें? Solve quest paper. चलो, without joking, solve NEET PYQs. Then if you have already solved past 10 years NEET PYQs, then you can start to solve JEE mains PYQs also of at least 2 or 3 years. ठीक है सर, प्रोटेस्ट में आओगे CJP के? अभी right now we are all consumed in making you guys ready for RE-NEET exam, right? Chalo. All right, so this question is also all done. Moving on to the next question, my dear friends. Next question is this. Next question is this. Next question says the value of coefficient of volume expansion. The value of coefficient of volume expansion. What's that? Linear expansion, surface expansion, volume expansion, that means gamma. Gamma is 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 and it is very small. Then fractional change in density will be, alright. So please understand, density is written as mass divided by volume, and I have told you this numerous times. Then when this is very small, this is very small, then in this case what we can do is, please understand, in this case what we can do is that del rho by rho in percentage will be written as negative times of del V by V. What I am trying to say is that if density decreases, volume increases. If density increases, volume decreases. That's why we have got a negative sign over here. Right? Now they are saying for a 40-degree increase in its temperature. Now delta V by V is, दोस्तों, delta V by V is similar to what? Do you remember that L can be written as L naught 1 plus alpha delta T, right? So this was alpha delta T. Over here it will be gamma delta T. Done? Over here it will be gamma delta T. Done? So gamma is 5 into 10 to the power minus 4. Delta T is rise 40. So this will become 200 into 10 to the power minus 4. That means 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. And if this is 2 into 10 to the power minus 2, this will decrease by 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. Decrease. So that means 0.002. I'm sorry, 0.02. 0.02. Third is the correct answer. Easy? Easy, my dear friends. Let me know. 0.02. Hopefully no doubts, my dear friends. Clear? All done? Last, not last, second last. Second last, Sanjana. Second last question. A photoelectric surface is illuminated successively by a monochromatic light of wavelength lambda and lambda by 2. The maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectrons in the second case is 3 times that in the first case. Please understand what they are saying. They are saying in the second case the maximum kinetic energy in the second case is 3 times the maximum kinetic energy in the first case, right? All right, good. So in the first case we can say, when wavelength was lambda, we can say that hc by lambda is equals to work function, what they want us to know, work function, plus maximum kinetic energy, let's write it as ke, let's write it as ke1, and then we are going to write down hc by lambda by 2 is equals to work function plus, I am going to write this thing as ke2, but instead of ke2 I think I can write it down as 3 times of ke1. Clear? Now please see, I really don't want ke1, so I will multiply this whole equation with 3, right? I will multiply this whole equation with 3 and I will get 3 hc by lambda is equals to 3 times of phi plus 3 times of ke1, and then I have got 2 hc by lambda, and then I have got work function phi, and then I have got 3 ke1. Let's subtract these two equations. This will get cancelled out. This will become hc by lambda, and this will become 2 times of phi, and phi will come out as hc by 2 lambda. So hc by 2 lambda is the correct answer. दोस्तों, any doubt? Clear, my dear friends? Be quick. Let me know in the chat box. All done and dusted? Easy problem? Last question. Last question for you for poll. Like, yeah, almost over. Huh? Last question. 90 seconds. Let's do. Question says, अच्छा ठीक है, okay, please sleep, take some rest, thank you so much, take some rest. A beam of light consisting of red, green and blue colors is incident on a right angled prism, okay. The refractive index of the material of the prism for the above red, green and blue are 1.39, 1.44, 1.47 respectively. सर ये गलत करवा दिया आपने, कौन सा गलत करवा दिया? The last one नहीं, बिल्कुल गलत नहीं करवाया भाई, एक बार अपना देख लीजिए आप. Last one, okay, let me check. hc by 2 lambda nahi, everything's correct. Quick. See, in this problem, all the rays are coming normally, right? All the rays are coming normally. That means, let's take any ray. All the rays are coming normally. They will strike like this. And at this point, dosto, since this is 90 degree, this is 90 degrees, so this is going to be 45 degree. Now, if you want to know TIR, whether TIR will happen or not, what we'll say is that angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle, right? And sine of angle of incidence should be greater than sine of critical angle, correct? And this is 45 degree. This is 45 degree, so this is sine 45 degree. And sine of IC can be written as 1 upon mu. And this is 1 upon root 2. 1 upon root 2. Right? That means for all of those whose refractive index is greater than root 2, that is 1.414. If this is the case, then no TIR. Sorry. So for this TIR, and for rest no TIR. Clear? So they are saying you have got 1.39 for red, right? So 1.39 for red and 1.44 and 1.47. So 1.44 and 1.47 are greater than 1.44. So separate red color part from the green and blue color, right? Clear, dosto? Option A will be correct. Option A will be correct. Good. If you have any doubt in this last question, let me know, else we'll now end the class. Okay? So only the red color will not suffer TIR. Only the red color, no TIR, and both of the other colors will have TIR. Clear? Done? So correct option is option A. That will be all, my dear friends. Hopefully you enjoyed the lecture. Let me again explain. RE-NEET 2015 is a very important paper. If you have not solved it yet, solve it again, and these are the solutions for it. Let me show you the leadership board also. Definitely. This is the leadership board. Okay. All right. So let's end today's class. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Sir, Prachi side, okay, sorry, this is Prachi man, need 20 to re-NEET, AI or Delhi confirm. Okay, good, best of luck, right, best of luck. Take chapter wise question solving sessions as you did initially. Veeramani, I will take that, I will take that. Farzana, notes will be available on WhatsApp channel of PW NEET English, right? Muskan, please download this Pylens app and you can also use YouTube chats. Notes will be available on WhatsApp channel of PW NEET English. All right. Chalo, thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night. Our paper is finished. Now we'll meet in our next class. Okay. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye 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 bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night.